So now let's see how to plot a three-dimensional graph. Okay, so I'll just quickly make one more file that could be like 3dplot.py. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Now let's just use that thing. So obviously we need to import the pyplot, so I'll just quickly copy it from here and paste it over there. And now we also need something that is mplot3d. Okay, it is by default in the Matplotlib. You don't need any external libraries or external modules. So yeah, from mpl underscore toolkits dot mplot3d. Okay, import axis 3d, this one. Okay, and now obviously we also need the figure and axes. So yeah, figure should be plt dot figure. Oops, yeah, figure, and the axis should be fig dot add subplot, and inside the parentheses you have to write 111, and then projection should be 3d. This is how the Python will know now you are going to plot a three-dimensional graphs. Okay, so projection equals to 3d. Okay, now like in we do in the other plots, for example, let me just quickly open this Jupyter notebook. You can see, let me just go up. Yeah, so we have the x-axis values and y-axis values when we drew any kind of two-dimensional plots, right? But for three-dimensional we need x-axis values, y-axis values, as well as z-axis values. So over on two-dimensional array, the y-axis values are like this height over there, right? But for three-dimensional array, the z-axis values are actually the height of that particular plot, right? So I'll just quickly write some x-axis values and y-axis value, then I'll come back. Okay, I wrote the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis values. Now let's just plot that particular three-dimensional plot, right? So plt, okay, we don't need to use plt because we are using this ax. So yeah, it should be ax dot plot, and now we have to pass the x-axis values, then y-axis values, and then z-axis values. And again, you can also use some other attributes like color, marker, size, and all line styles and all those kind of things. Okay, and now let's just quickly set some title and x label and y labels. So ax dot set underscore title should be like three-dimensional. Oops, it should be 3D plot. And now we need to write ax dot set, oops, ax dot set underscore x label, and it should be x axis. Okay, and ax dot set underscore y label should be y axis. Okay, and ax dot set underscore z label, not order, it should be a z-axis. Okay, now let's just write plt dot show. Now if I run it, so yeah, you can see now it drew this kind of three-dimensional plot, right? It has this x-axis values that is we wrote over there, and then y-axis over there, and the height is basically the z-axis, right? And you can also see it in any direction. You can clearly see over here. So this is basically a line plot, right? So now let's just see how to draw some scatter plots in three-dimensional. For that, you don't need to write anything over there. Just change this plot with scatter. Okay, that's it. So let's just close this one and let's run it again. So yeah, now you can see this is the scatter plot of the same values. Basically, you can obviously change the values, and you can see the you know, the nearby one has the higher alpha values, and the, you know, the far one has the lowest alpha values. So if you change it, the, you know, the densities of the colors is also changed. So in this way you can plot a scatter plot. And now let's see how to plot a bar plot in three-dimensional. That is kind of tricky. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'll just quickly comment these three lines. So for a bar plot, we need the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis values, as well as we also need the dx, dy, and dz values. So yeah, we will use the numpy so that we don't need to write these 10 values again, right? So we are going to quickly import numpy as np in case if you don't know NumPy, you will obviously just go into my website, that is refiner.com, and from there you will see this kind of, okay, let's just quickly go back. You can clearly see we have this courses option over there, and just go into that courses option, and from there you will see this Python NumPy module, which is actually around 1 hour long video. So yeah, you can just quickly learn NumPy from there. Okay, yeah, you can see we have all the things inside this course list, course topics. So yeah, we will use this NumPy for now. So let's just write dx equals to, then we need dy equals to, then we need dz equals to. Okay, so for dx and dy we actually want like constant value, like 1 for 10 times. Similarly for y, we also need a constant value, that is 1 for 10 times maybe. So for that we just need to write np dot once, and in the parentheses we need to write 10. So it will basically make array of 10 ones. Okay, so yeah, now let's just write the same thing for y-axis, I mean dy. So np dot once, in the parentheses we need to write 10, right? And for the dz we actually pass some values. Okay, so I'll just write some random values for for these 10 numbers. So I'll just quickly write those things. Okay, so yeah, I wrote some random values inside the dj list. So let's plot the three-dimensional bar graph, right? So yeah, we will use the ax dot bar 3d. Okay, now we have to pass the x-axis values, y-axis values, z-axis values. Now we also need to pass dx, dy, dz, and obviously we can also pass some colors, some line styles and all. So yeah, let's just not change anything more, and let's run it. So you can see now the three-dimensional bar plot is ready, but maybe for some values the the z-axis values are quite higher. You can see some is 6, some is 7, some are even 9, right? So that's why some plots are giving out some spaces over here. So yeah, that is because of z-axis values are starting from this 9 position, or you can say 7 position. That's why actually it is giving some height. So if you just change it with a constant one, so for example np dot once, and similarly for 10, and now if I close this one and rerun this code again, so maybe now it will look perfect. So you can see all are now starting from the this one position, right? So yeah, if you write constant z-axis values, that will be much better, because now it's quite looks good, right? So this is all about this three-dimensional plot. You can obviously plot any plots in three-dimensional using this access 3d module, right? So yeah, that's it for this video. Okay.